Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, it is time for yet another fantastic, amazing, incredible episode of Pirate Broadcast. Pirate, PoGokeRo here. I am, yes, indeed, there I am. Bam. Yo, what's up? I'm coming at you here with a Pirate Broadcast because today, incredible, big things are happening. Big things, and so we've got to get everyone on the same page, perhaps get everyone aware of what's going on and just like, you know, cool with one another and what's happening. And so I'm here today to break it on down for you. So let's play some Minecraft and let's begin. Yes, I've got some cat action in the background. Please ignore them. I try my best, but it doesn't always work. I got sick of the magenta. I had to change it. So, but I didn't have very much of anything else, so I did what I could. Okay, what am I gonna do today? This sort of stuff. Actually, no, I'm gonna talk about the thing. The first thing I want to bring up, right? Yar! Pirate Broadcast, flying my ship. This is a spaceship, right? This is this vehicle. Like, I have a vehicle by which I can broadcast. And we got two cats over there, and I'm not sure if they're fighting or if they're playing because I can't really tell. It's like, I don't know. Should I break it up? Can you see it? Yeah, you can. Check it out. Let's watch. I don't know, man. This is No, see, she rolled over to be more defensive. Okay. Now they're just like... Now he's backing off? Yeah. Alright. It looks like he chilled out for a bit. You see the air is a bit hazy, smoky because of massive forest fires everywhere. How apocalyptic. Okay, so speaking of apocalyptic, let me begin with my arranged topics I wanted to get to before I did anything else, because I tend to wander off on tangents. The first thing that came to mind that was very, very important is that the Disney announcement that they are canceling Guardians of the Galaxy. Yes, I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. I was devastated. I mean, they're not literally canceling it, but they're bowing to Nazi pressure. So here, let me provide context around the statement I just put out there. So the context, I'm gonna start filling in behind here. So back in the day, I don't know when, like back in the day, the director James Gunn got in a verbal fight with Nazis, right? Because that's what Americans do. Americans fight Nazis. So James Gunn was just doing what Americans do, and yeah, and that's what happened. But these Nazis got like hurt. Their feelings, you know, their feelings were wounded, and so much later on in the future, when James Gunn was hired by Disney, these Nazis took out these tweets and said, "Look, Disney, James Gunn wrote these nasty tweets about us Nazis, and our feelings are hurt." So Disney's like, "Oh man, I don't want to hurt the feelings of Nazis. They're my friends. Sorry, James, you're out. I gotta stick with my Nazis." And that's what it is. That's what it is. Walt Disney, I think, was a Nazi sympathizer. Let me double check that, right? Because before I start putting that out there, I think I read that today on Wikipedia. Walt Disney Fascism. Let's see. Walt the Quasi-Nazi. So let's see. I'm just gonna Alt F. There it is. Disney grew more politically conservative as he got older. A Democratic Party supporter until the 1940 presidential election, when he switched allegiance to the Republicans. He became a generous donor to Thomas E. Dewey's 1944 bid for the presidency. In 1946, he was a founding member of the Motion Picture Alliance for the Preservation of American Ideals, an organization who stated they believed in and like the American way of life. We find ourselves in sharp revolt against the rising tide of communism, fascism, and kindred beliefs that seek by subversive means to undermine and change this way of life. In 1947, during the Second Red Scare, Disney testified before the House of Un-American Activities Committee, where he branded Herbert Sorrell, David Hilberman, and Willis Pomerantz, former animators and labor union organizers, as communist agitators. Disney stated that the 1941 strike, led by them, was part of an organized communist effort to gain influence in Hollywood. So, yeah, I wouldn't put Walt Disney Company past hanging out with Nazis. I mean, it's kind of in their history, right? I mean, proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the pudding. So as far as I'm concerned, they canceled it. Oh, geez. Sorry, I guess they canceled all the Star Wars too. Shit. Oh. I mean, okay, so that sounds pretty harsh, right? Oh man, that sounds like that sounds pretty crazy, Rob. I mean, PoGokeRo, I mean, come on, it's a movie. It's an entertainment company. All right, but hey, hold on, right? There's so many different levels, right? I mean, we already know that we've been attacked by the Russian military via computers on the internet with misinformation and mental viruses. It's, you know, it's already, there's the indictments out there. This is a fact. I mean, we've got like the names, the ranks of the military officers who've done this. I think we have video of them doing it. It's like pretty incredible, and it's not just us. It's other countries that saw it happening. So, okay. But I want to keep going, right? So this leads to the next, right? Because this is all like information. So and information is kind of where it's at right now. The next big thing I want to talk about was today's release, Omarosa, her Ms. I don't know, is that her last name or first name? I don't even know, man. I never watched TV. I never watched The Apprentice. So like all the backstory, the context for her, I don't have. Sucks. I should probably go read up on her now because she's important. Now she's like I thought she was just like a flash in the pan like everyone else, but okay. That's on me, Rob. Oh, oops. So yeah, she's very significant, and she just released another report. Another tape talking about how she was offered hush money, 15 grand, and then, which is significant because why would like an innocent person need to offer hush money? Like no one else has to do this when they leave an administration. What else? So that's interesting, but then something else that Seth Abramson pointed out on Twitter was that there's another guy who's getting paid 15 grand a month, and that's like the former bodyguard for Donald Trump, who was there in the 2013 Miss Universe pageant. I haven't really like read up on this thread, and I should, but there was some shenanigans going on. That's where it's believed that the P tape came from, is that night. So it's kind of crazy, man. And all of that's kind of ridiculous at this point, right? Let me get to the next point, because that's all speculation. Here, let's talk about real things actually happening, which is where am I going? Which is Paul Manafort. Paul Manafort, the jurors are out now. This is like their day of deliberation. Tomorrow's gonna be Friday, and I bet they're gonna come out with something. There's like 18 counts or something, and the jury only has to find him guilty on one of those 18. And then the judge can be like, okay, I can lay down sentences based on all of these counts, whether you're found guilty on them or not. Like, that's nuts. So I don't know if that's fair, man, but like that's the way it is. And that's just one of the trials. Paul Manafort's got the next one coming up after this one. So after he's already condemned for life in prison, then he's gonna go to the next trial. He gets condemned even more to life in prison. Like, it's absurd. So the guy's banking on a pardon. He's hoping that the Russian coup works, because that's what's happening. So don't think otherwise. It's what's happening is that the Russians are trying to stage a coup, and Donald Trump is their man. So let's get to the next part. So how do you know this is a coup? Well, because, man, they're trying to override all the ancient systems that we've had in place forever. They're breaking traditions left and right, left and right, left and right. It's absurd. Donald Trump does not adhere to any of the normal protocols that were president. He doesn't obey the laws of the president. Doesn't obey the laws, period. Like, he just does whatever he wants. He's a tyrant, is the word. Tyrant! Donald Trump is a tyrant. He's illegitimate. So he's not president, he's a tyrant. Tyrant Trump. Tyrant Trump. I remember words, something about a tyrant. But, anyways. Let's put some of this stuff back so I can concentrate and go do something else. I'm full up on meat. Yar. It's only digital meat. No, don't put it in there. Man, how can I be full of stuff? Fish, I can get rid of fish. I'm just gonna go enchant with my level 35, that's right. Okay, so Supreme Court. So the deal is that they have this, like, you know it's a coup because, like, they've gutted key parts of the government. They moved in members that are not qualified but are loyal into positions that they're not qualified for. See Betsy DeVos. See Devin Nunes. Just everyone. Oh my gosh. Alright. Yeah, they're banking hard that this coup is going to go through. That they can move all their people in before the hammer comes down. Before that any retribution comes. Or if there will be a retribution. Because yeah, I mean, everything Trump has done he should have been impeached long ago. So like it's very, very obvious it's a coup. That's what's happening right now, and part of that is the Supreme Court nomination. Donald Trump is moving in people into the Supreme Court that will then, if a subpoena comes before the Supreme Court, then the Supreme Court will be like, oh yeah, no, you can't subpoena the president. He's our man. That way Donald Trump can't be indicted and he stays president. That's what they're banking on. That's their strategy. And then Donald Trump can lay out the pardons, right? Because after you can't indict a president, and you can't subpoena a president, you have to, the only way you can get rid of the president is through impeachment, and the House Republicans are complicit. They took Russian money. they took NRA money, which is Russian money, and they probably took Russian money straight up. There's that Congress, or that candidate running in California who got hacked. And she's running against the Russian dude, Rohrbacher or whatever, the Kremlin guy. Like, it's already happening. Like, So that's the Supreme Court. Okay. So now I want to come to this next part, which I think is important, and I haven't written it down, and I probably should have written it first so I have like a structure to work with. But I'm kind of going off the cuff here. And also I'm like doing important enchanting at the same time. Like, what am I doing? Aqua Infinity? Come on. Oh man, I need a helm. You guys are killing me here. Here, hold on. Let me just. I don't even need to do this. What am I even? Fire? Come on. Oh. A sword? Yeah, I need a sword. Give me something great. Unbreaking? Oh, that's kind of cool. Looting. Unbreaking, because this one is not unbreaking, which is why it's almost broken. So I'll take unbreaking, sure. Yeah, you had something cool. No, only unbreaking. Alright. Oh, that's sad. Now I'm level 32. What else do I got? Something cool. Fire, no. No, that's lame. Fire, lame. Sad face. Let's see if I can. 15. Oh, and I keep the knockback. Come on, I want to kill the knockback. 27. Oh my god. Yeah, we're just gonna not do that. Smite, no. Looting. Ooh, looting 3. Here we go. I'll kick a looting 3 onto that one. Oh, I don't have a sharpness. I gotta get a sharpness on there. Well, we'll work with it. Oh, 12? Come on! Jeez Louise! 8? See, this is the things that hurt. We're gonna go to battle pretty soon, man. I don't know if I want to do that. I need like good armor, but of course I'm gonna die, so maybe I don't need great armor. I just need armor. This is with the fall off. Yeah, well, I need to do the chest. 32. What do I got? Fire protection doesn't help. Projectile doesn't really help. That doesn't help. None of these help. I don't want any of these. Do I have a book? Channeling, sharpness. Ooh, sharpness. I have 1 book. Looting. Ooh, 2 books. Can I do that? Ooh. Throw some fish out, man. Way too much fish. No need for all this fish. Alright. So where was I going here? Oh yeah, I was gonna not enchant. I was gonna see if I had more books. I had books galore. I had no idea. So I have fortune, looting, sharpness. Move my fortune in there. Look at that, wow. Okay, I had no idea. Let's see. Flame, punch. Protection, there we go. If I had another unbreaking, that'd be great. At least respiration. Ah. So where's that chest? Protection 1, that's all you are? Oh man, you don't have any unbreaking, nothing? Okay, that's doable. For a chest that's about to fall off. Done. yeah. Right there, there it is. What was this? I have another one. Protection. Whatever. At least it's useful. Okay. And then the sword. My sword of power! This is unbreaking. I wanted to add looting, fortune. Here, sharpness. Fortune's for the pickaxes, man. What am I doing? What are you doing, homie? Unbreaking. Sharpness. Unbreaking. Looting. Oh gosh, look at this sword. Alright. Now I've got good gear for tomorrow. Or not for tomorrow, for when we go to the last battle. Or is it? I'm using this one. Okay. I need to like clean up. Sorry guys, I'll get back to more interesting talk, but like I've got to like clean my gear out. I should have did this before, but like I didn't know I was gonna do this. Like pirate episode. Do you know how much I had to like work on before to get to this point? Like I gotta go to work tomorrow still. Like, and it's like I just got back from work. Paper, I guess would go here. Sure. It's a random piece of glass. What else? Carrots. I mean, what do you do? I went to the market, or yeah, the village. You can tell. Walking around like a rich man. I'll just put all the stuff away, have a clean slate, and then I'll move somewhere else. Oh, there's another Unbreaking 3. Man, I didn't have to make one. Oh, I can add. Do I have enough experience points? 14? Yeah, man, come on. Where is that? Give me. I lost it. Right there. Unbreaking protection. Unbreaking protection. That's what I like to hear. Fire protection legs? What? Feather falling, yo. I mean, like feather falling. Okay, so now I got what else here? I need probably more food, more cobblestone. I have no more steak, really? Okay, let's see. Do you have any food to eat other than chocolate too? Alright, that's enough. Oh wait, there's some. That's enough for now. Grab some mad cobblestone. Some wood. have any spruce. I have no more spruce. Oh, a little bit of jungle wood here. That's enough for now. Signs. Walk around with Lapis Lazuli like I'm a rich man. Come on. Think a little bit, McFly. Think. Walking around with Lapis Lazuli like you own the place. Okay. I'm off. Okay. Okay, so the next deal is, you know this is a coup, and it's getting dangerous, and that Donald Trump is really nervous, because he's starting to put that out there, like this totally divergent viewpoint. Like, I mean, it's completely divorced. He's saying that he's the only one from where you can get good information. That Donald Trump is your only trusted source, which is what fascists do, which is what abusive spouses do. Right? That's that whole control the flow of information deal. Remember? And remember, this is all very significant and highly relevant about information. We're all talking about information. So, so yeah. Like, how am I gonna give an example of it? I can just look at his tweets. I can look on my computer. But then you're gonna miss out on this like beautiful view. Like when I tab out, you can't see it. So I can do it on my phone. There he is, right there. So he quoted Tucker Carlson, who's a big-ass racist. We all know this. It's like obvious, right? Just look at his he broadcasts it, that he's a racist. So he's like attacking John Brennan. That's what he's doing. So like, that's wild. What kind of president directly attacks former members of the CIA? Like never. When has a former member of the CIA actively spoken out against a sitting president? Like never. This is insane. Like, do you see what's happening? Like, big things are happening. Like, and I don't know if you can change people's minds anymore. I don't know. Like, are they sunk in? Like, if you're a Trump supporter, you're on the wrong side, man. You can't be a Trump supporter. Trump is going in a bad direction. And he's gonna ask you to do more and more bad things. Like, just kind of like, just be cool and chill out. And like, see what's happening. Just wait. Paul Manafort's gonna get sentenced tomorrow. And Paul Manafort's important. You have to remember, Paul Manafort like worked with Trump really closely for a long time. He was on his campaign. He was the campaign manager. He insisted on Mike Pence. He kicked out Chris Christie. The dude worked with Russian oligarchs in Ukraine to engineer the election there. Like, the guy's insanely dirty. So that's another reason why Trump is kind of freaking out, because he knows that Paul Manafort's gonna sink him. So I think he's trying to like pull his bluff right now, or put all his cards on the table, like for a takeover. That's why the chick, that's why his drowned it. That's why the wife of George Papadopoulos is saying that, oh, you should give up the deal and plea deal and hope for pardon, because she's betting that the coup will happen and Trump will stay in power. So the only way that could possibly happen is if the Russians have really hacked our electoral system, because all signs are pointing to a blue wave. All the signs. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen, right? But all the signs are pointing that way. Oh, and that's the thing. I think who's the guy? Who is the bad guy? Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon is like putting the word out of the opposite. Steve Bannon is saying that that the 2018 election is really important because it's a referendum on Trump, which it is, because if he doesn't win, he'll be impeached, which he will be. So yeah. So they're getting the word out and making it sound like we're the bad guys, which is kind of crazy, isn't it? Like, if you adhere to a standard of truth, that's patently false. But if you don't, then yeah, things get scary. So I'm here today to tell you all that stuff and to warn you that Trump is becoming more and more like a fascist dictator. He's obviously, he's a tyrant is what he is. You have to remember what he is. He's a tyrant. So his power is illegitimate, which means it's very brittle. It'll shatter real easy. So, yeah. So be aware that things are going to start getting nuts. Because now the noose is tightening and Trump feels it. And so when a man is desperate, he does crazy things. Guess what is Trump? Trump is desperate. Look at his tweets. They're getting more and more erratic. More and more unhinged, if you will. And rightly so, right? Look at the pressure. I would, like, imagine, like, dodging a sit-down with Mueller for, like, a year. Always coming up with an excuse to, like, not sit down with him. Over and over and over again. And he's like, okay, I'll be cool. I'm right here anytime you're ready. And he never goes away. It drives you insane. I tweeted about the telltale heart. Because Sean Hannity basically projected what happened in his tweet. Sean Hannity laid it all out there, but he said we did it. He was like, those Democrats or those leftists worked with the Russians to overthrow Trump. What? But that's what he's saying. So in a way, like I told you, it's like getting your information in their head first, so that they're biased towards you no matter what, even if you dig it out later on. And that's what he's doing. So today, this broadcast is to get my information out there, a clear picture of what's happening. Fascism is certainly on the rise in this country. It's going to try to take hold, but you have to hold fast, stay firm, stay strong, stick together, America. Like, remember, we stick together. That's pretty much all we got, right? We are the refuse of the rest of the world. They don't want us. Fuck them. Like, we got each other. And when we come together under this ideal, with the same idea, we meld. Like, even though that we're different, with the operating system of the same ideal of justice, freedom, liberty and justice for everyone. When everyone has that same idea and comes together, like, no matter how different you are, you guys, like, we understand we share a common destiny. As Americans, we share a common destiny, whether we like to believe it or not. We can't just point to one half of America and be like, I don't care what happens to them. They don't affect me. Sorry, buddy. We're all Americans. Like, we're affected by everyone. Like, the low and the high. There's a lot of low right now, and that's really awful. It's really awful. It's like, it's disgusting, actually. I mean, we're in another Gilded Age. Because, yeah, sure, we have record high stock markets, and we have a trade war which is raising prices for like everyday Americans, because that's who pays it. Like, they're the ones who pay the tariff and increase prices. And where does that go? It goes to Trump's buddies, whoever Trump wants. He directs where the tariffs go. And if he wants to pay off his friends, then he will, and he does, right? Because he is a mafia dude. He's a tyrant. He's illegitimate. He does not represent us. But look at this. This is great. What a great country, America. I get to broadcast this. I get to have a picture calling Trump a traitor. I can say the words. I can broadcast it. And the government can't stop me. Maybe YouTube can stop me. But I don't think YouTube is going to stop me. It hasn't stopped me yet. So here I am. I'm not advocating for violence. Not in the least. I'm just pointing out a truth. A truth that Trump is a traitor. That truth will come to light to more and more people. And it's up to us as Americans to make sure that our fellow Americans are in the know as to what's going on, and are not seduced by fake and false news and broadcasts from the other side, the fascist side. Because, yeah, buddy, believe me, it's happening. They're broadcasting big time. They've never stopped. And it's getting more and more frantic. So, pretty confident that we're cool, but I just want to make sure you know about dirty tricks. Watch out. Stay aware. Stay frosty. So yeah, today I'm using a YouTube random mix. It's kind of neat. It's nice. No words. I like it. I get to blab. No idea what I'm doing. I'm just repeating this over and over again. I've got the blocks. Why not? So, yeah. What other interesting news? How do you... Let's see. I mean, there are tons of resources to learn about how to best combat fascism. I mean, I don't really have them offhand, but a video I can recommend is How to Spot a Fascist by ContraPoints. That video is amazing. It is very succinct. It's very clear on like, well, what is fascism, and how do you see it? How do you know when it's being broadcast? And what are their strategies? Like, how do they operate? Because a fascist will never outright come and say they're a fascist. That's the nature of it. That's what's so weird, right? It's so weird. They will never say it unless they're totally, absolutely, amazingly, 100% confident that everyone there in the room is with them is a fascist too. And then they'll be like, rawr, their evilness comes out. But if they're not sure, they won't come out. But they'll try to anyways, right? They'll subtly try to manipulate things toward their direction. And so, like, you say, well, what is toward their direction? What does that even mean? I mean, toward what they want, right? They want an ethno-state. They want a nation of only them, and everyone else can like be killed or driven off. And they're pretty violent about it, and it's not rational. It's not like you can be like, okay, wait, let me talk to you about this and see if I can make this make sense to you. No, dude, that whole ideology is just pure power. They don't give an F. They want power to make you leave if you're not one of them, or if they don't like you. and it's irrational. It's pure power. So that's what makes it dangerous, because Americans are all about rationality, dude. That's how you see ideals. It is by the light of reason that we can even see the chains which bind us. How do you think our founding fathers knew not to be sucked into religion? Yeah, sure, they were pious people. Don't get me wrong, right? But the way they saw the Creator was not like the Christian way necessarily, but more as like a clock maker. Like, he creates the thing and then lets it go, doesn't interfere. So like, it's perfect as it is. You don't need to mess with it. Or he doesn't need to mess with it. He just lets it go. And it's up to us to do the right thing. Home skillets. Can't hope for a sky spirit to make things right. And it's even sillier to do things for a sky spirit. Like, at the Salem market the last time I went, some woman was talking to me and saying the only reason why she liked Trump was because he fulfilled the biblical prophecies. And I'm like, oh man, I didn't realize it at the time, but she was basically like one of those like end of the world people. She wants the end of the world to come. so her sky spirit can come back. I'm like, man, that's pretty bummer. And she kept insisting that America was 95% Christian. And I'm like, what? No. I had to look it up for her on the phone. And it was like, what, 61%? She way exaggerated it. Like, she's insane. So, like, but that's what religion does. Like, not religion, but like zealotry does to people. Like, did you hear about what they found over in Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh at the diocese, or whatever, the Catholic place with the altar boys? See, dude, like that's messed up. Like, oh man. So it is by the light of reason that like I think it's unreasonable that priests are held to the standard of not having relations with the opposite sex. Dude, they're human. It happens. Like, I think other religions let it happen, and I don't see any problems. Like, you all got issues. You need to understand that, and part of that is like letting women be priests. You let women be priests, and then you let priests get married. Problem solved. And they don't even when priests get married, it doesn't have to be with the same sex, because anything like the Christian justification I've heard for being anti-gay, deriving from the Bible, is a pretty strong or long reach, and can be interpreted away really easily. It's not like explicitly stated as a commandment. Thou shalt not, hang out with people of the same sex. Thou shalt not love carnally members of the same sex. It doesn't say that. Like, it's not a commandment. Maybe in Leviticus, which is washed away. If you're a Christian, then Leviticus is gone anyways. You shouldn't even be pointing to it. Like, Jesus was supposedly right? Jesus is a dude with the New Testament. You should be all about the New Testament. What are you doing looking back at Leviticus? Like, that's absurd. So, like, oh man, but I don't even know, right? So I don't want to go there, because I'm not a Christian, like, I'm not a Christian expert. I can't really talk about it, so I'm not gonna. This is a nice start to something. But yeah, so like, religion, extreme religion makes you do bad things. Religious fundamentalism makes you do bad things. Like, don't be a fundamentalist. Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever fundamentalism, Hindu, I don't care what fundamentalism. Like, it's not cool, man. It makes people do bad things. Right? If you repress, like, it's only natural that humans want to be with each other. Like, why would you want to, like, inflict suffering on someone to make them more pious? According to who? Like, that's absurd. Like, I would think a partner would help you be stronger. like a stronger union. I mean, because who are you promising to but God, right? I mean, before God, as a witness, I guess. Right? Because really it's between you and the other person. But like, God is your witness. God's watching, right? That's the point of the vow. So it's all formal, I guess. I don't know. Hey, let's see if I can jump in the water. Maybe? No, man. Parkour. Ooh, that's a long jump. I don't know. I can maybe make a springboard. That's funny. Oh wait, in the corner? No, that's another long jump, dude. I don't know. I don't know about any of these. Oh, right here, right here, right here. I think. I can't see really. No, that's a pretty long jump. They're all long jumps, man. What did I get myself into? I mean, yeah, I can just like. I think I can do it. I think I can sprint and jump off. Oh, that's too far. That's too far. That looks like it, right? It looks like that's gonna be it. But then you see, no. I can't. No, dude. None of these. None of these. I think I have to like make a bridge. Where do we make a bridge at? Where am I gonna go? Oh my god, what have I done? See, if I were smart, I would have brought water. But I'm not smart. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. What am I gonna do? I don't even know. No, these beats are kind of cool, man. They're like not in the way, but they're like snazzy. Yeah. I just made a giant pyramid, or not a pyramid, tower. Tower, dark tower. It's not obsidian, it's not dark. Yeah. Bring it down. I didn't make any oh, wait, here. I can make stairs. Yeah, there we go. I got it. I got it. See, I panic. Don't panic. That's like the first thing. Don't panic. I was panicking. Bop, bop, stairs. For days. Bop, bop. Here we go. Oh, these stairs are great. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, like that? No, I don't know what I did. That, there. Can't see. Was I talking about stuff? Ooh, I should watch out. Don't remember what I was talking about. Warning and heartening. I'm gonna make it down from this treacherous thing I've put myself up on. And I will do it, and we will get there together. Don't you worry. We've got this thing. November. Remember to vote. It's your patriotic duty. And together, we will make it to another place in time. Oh yes, I can see it. The future is bright. Alright. That's great. God, this music's cool. I like this music. It's nice. Into the ocean. Where I put another conduit. No, I think it's nice. I think we got this, guys. I really do. I mean, it's scary, right? Because I'm afraid of violence, the potential of violence. But, and there's a lot of of Americans who don't really know. I don't know. And the environment is kind of whacked out. It's getting more and more whacked out. The weather. And I hear kids outside playing. I don't know. I feel bad for them. But I think we can pull through. Alright guys, that's my pirate episode. Signing out. Peace. Substrate.